Hi guys, it's Yetzi your bestie and I'm back. I know I have not been online for a while. Honestly, since like April, I think it was. I don't know what it was. I honestly don't even want to victimize myself or anything like that. Like, I just truly didn't. Creating is a lot, and I feel burnout a lot from my job, which I think I have mentioned. So, it takes a lot out of me, and I need to stop giving it so much of myself and come back to creating content because honestly, I don't know if it was that or the numbers being so hard on me. Like, you have to get 1,000 followers, you have to reach 4,000 watch hours, and in the 3 months that I was creating, I wasn't reaching any of those. But I recognize and I understand that YouTube is a lot of work and it's something that's not going to happen so easily. So I need to get over myself and just commit to the bit. I actually, in the break that I took, I missed creating. I was like, damn, I feel like I just started getting good at like editing or like, getting better at editing videos, at posting content, at like creating structure and for it essentially. And then I stopped. What? Like, no, I can't let myself go down like that. So I'm back. I'm hoping I stay consistent. I would like to do a video a week at least. And just sharing more of my art journey, my sobriety journey, more about myself. I'm just happy to be back. So, this video is gonna be a little like art vlog slash me sharing my art finally. I wanted to do a creating art every day for a week video, and I did record that. But it was just I don't like the pressure I felt. Honestly, just being so real. I don't like the pressure it made me feel. And I feel like I was just creating nonsense and just doing whatever, which there are clips of that in this video. So I don't know if you'll see that or not. I think I'm going to put like the better clips of that side. But yeah, it just was not for me, at least right now, until I get more in the groove of creating every day, which I've been getting a lot better at. So yeah, I'm really excited to share my art and share what I've been up to. And yeah, let's get into it. So basically, in the month of June, I took two classes. One was a ceramics class that had started in May and then carried on until June. And then one was a screen printing class. And honestly, they both were so freaking cool. I feel that I want to include both like printmaking in my ceramics, which I know you can do, and it's really cool. It's all a process. But as of right now, I wanted to take the screen printing class because when I was younger, I used to go to Marwin, which is a nonprofit organization here in Chicago, and it's for teens. So I was in there probably from when I was like 16 or 17. I honestly don't even remember. But when I was in there, I did a few classes and then I was able to do an internship, which was so cool. So the first part of the internship, you had to create a video for an artist, and then you and your group had to edit it and work on it and then share it with that artist. And that was like a gift from us to them or something like that, or us working on our editing skills. I don't know. I like I said, it was like 16 years ago, so I honestly don't really remember that well. But the second part of it, because it was like all summer, so the second part of it was that they paired you with a art field essentially related to what you were already in. And I was in graphic design at the time. They paired me with a screen printing press. At the time, I had no idea what screen printing even was. So when they paired you with these people, you had to like create something for them to use to like advertise their business. And I had no idea what screen printing even was. So I'm like, girl, y'all are gonna have to help me, okay? what is this? How can I, because they were gonna do like a festival and they wanted to showcase their studio. And I was like, yeah, you guys are gonna have to help me because, huh? So they essentially explained how screen printing is just like graphic design, where you work in layers. It's just like analog graphic design, essentially. And I learned with them. I made them this, like, I wish I could go back and help them again because I think at least I made them this like nonsense little interactive thing. Um, but I don't know. I guess it went well. I guess it was cool. I don't even know if they used it, to be honest. I don't remember that well. I think I even did help them when the art festival came around. It's just so long ago I don't remember. But anyway, we like all got along really well and they asked me to come back as an intern. So I went back and I helped I was a TA for a class and I helped that dude, and then with that I think they gave me like a free class or something. So I had a free class. I screen printed a few little gizmo prints which I will post in here. They were so cute. I also made the little tote bags. It was all really cool. But anyway, I took that class. All to say, long story long. Or like I took the screen printing class in June to kind of like reconnect with that side of myself. So the screen printing class that I took in June was really cool, actually. I'm so grateful I got the teacher I got. He challenged me in a really good way. I think it was all like the awakening that I needed, to be honest. Like, he like challenged us to experiment with color, to explore different ways of doing things, and we started the class essentially with creating shapes, from cutting them out with an X-Acto knife and then like putting each piece together, and each piece was one color. So the perfectionist brain in me, I love screen printing and I love ceramics because I love art in general because it really challenges the perfectionist in me, and it like gets it out of the way because it needs to be out of the way sometimes. And essentially, yeah, for screen printing, I was like, okay, well, I need two shapes together. I can't really draw. And I think that's something I always felt when I was like a teenager. I'm like, oh, I'm so bad at drawing. Like, oh no. And like, I could have, instead of hours of being with my boyfriend or smoking, I don't know if I could say that word. But anyway, instead of doing those things, I should have been drawing since I was so afraid of being bad at it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm here now, and that's all I can do now. So I didn't want to let that beat me or not create anything cool, So I was just like, what's like something I can do that's easy to cut out? And so I made like a little mushroom, a little Mario mushroom situation. And I cut out just like a little square, which I will show, a little square for the bottom, and then a little mushroom top. And then he had us draw the third layer, which was going to be in black or whatever your third color was. But essentially, it was going to go and be like a cohesiveness to the other two. So when I was drawing my third layer, I just played it safe, really. I just played it safe, and I just made the mushroom like look like the Mario mushroom, just like with the circles and the little eyes. And then I brought it to class, and then he was like, "That's cool, but like you can make this cooler, I think." And then I was like, "Okay." So I started just like drawing, and then I just made like these little patterns on top of the mushroom, and it was so cool, so much cooler. And I'm so glad he challenged me. Like, he was just like, try something a little different, and I was like, okay. So when I was thinking, I'm like, ooh, what if I made it like, how Mojo Jojo has like those little patterns like on his brain? And I love that. See, it's like I love the creative process of like how you start getting to like these little things. And so he was like, look at that, that's much cooler, like that's gonna come out cool. You should do it like a pink, or you should do it like something and like this color instead of just black. And then he's like, it'll like contrast cooler with the colors that you already have. And so yeah, I ended up because it was all like a process, right? So we printed first the first color, and then we printed the second one on top, and then the third we had to go and burn it in our screen when we created it with the black marker. The best one I have on top. But essentially this is it. This is how it came out. And yeah, I did the little pattern in pink, and the eyes underneath are pink as well, but I put black on top to like have that contrast, which it ended up coming out really cool, and I'm like super happy it did. So then after we did the first project, it was time for the second project, which was your own personal project essentially. And that perfectionist in me was kicking my ass. Oh my god, it was beating me up. It was beating me up because, oh my god, I was like, what am I gonna create? It has to be good. I have to utilize this class and create something I can hang on my wall. Create something I could give to my friends. I create something I can put in an art shop because that is my dream, you know. And so I was like beating myself up over this. I like lost sleep. I was like going crazy. And I was like, it has to be an original creation. And I just don't feel like and here I go being a victim. Hold me accountable to this, because I'm really trying to get out of this mode, because I do aspire to have my own art shop. I do aspire to be an artist, so I have to get over that. But essentially, and these are all things I'm learning throughout the process, and I'm just sharing my truth because I don't know who's watching this and probably battling the same thing. Yes. Essentially, I ended up just tracing something off of Pinterest because I didn't feel comfortable with how I create on Procreate yet in order to have something to print. So I traced this image of No Face from Spirited Away, but like kind of like in a traditional tattoo kind of like way, where it had like little flowers and everything. I really like that. That was like where I was trying to go, like a tattoo idea, but also something I'm familiar with. And yeah, so I try to change it a little bit because I'm not trying to like bite the artist thing completely. I was just really trying to get comfortable with creating something on Procreate, then turning it into a print and printing it. I wasn't trying to like rip this person's thing and like copy it and, you know what I mean, bite their whole style and whatever. Like I just wanted to see what it was like. He was like, man, this has like, because it had 4 colors, or no, it had red, yellow, purple, black, yellow, purple, black, green, 5 colors. So I'm like, oh, that might not be hard. I don't know why I thought that. I was like, it's gonna be experimental. So essentially we printed it on a transparency. This is the drawing. He's like, so each thing is gonna have to be its own layer, right? Because it's just like Photoshop, so it's like each layer. I really hope that I'm explaining this well, because I want to explain this in case people want to take screen printing classes and things like that. But essentially, so the leaves, green, that's one color. The flowers, I ended up just choosing yellow because I'm like, I'm not about to do, because you're cleaning each step of the way. I'm like, I'm not about to do yellow and then red. It's just gonna stay yellow. So they were both yellow. Then this part in their eyes is like purple, so that's purple. So then black, the final color. He printed it out in a paper, and then I had to cut out each part. So each flower, each leaf, the purple part, of like, we separated it. And then you covered it in baby oil. I know, suspicious. Was P. Diddy a screen printer? Oh, crazy. And then we burned that into the screen, wet it, and then boom. It created each little section that you would have to print. So then I went and then I printed the yellow first, which was the flowers. And so printing them, I had to match it each time with the transparency that he gave me. So each time I'm printing, I was like putting it to match and then printing it and then printing it. It was just like a whole process. And then I also, because I used these papers that I had from Jazz's wedding when I made her which I'll go over later in the video. I made something for her wedding, but I had papers from that. And instead of using brand new papers, I used ones that were like nonsense from the wedding. And I'm like, oh, these would just be like my scrap papers, which all printed my best prints. And I'm like, okay, why? So, a lot of learning, a lot of growing. My teacher was super proud of me. Like, he was like, dude, this was like a process. Like, you went at it, you did it, it all came out great. Here is the final result. Beautiful. Look at this one's my best one, meaning like this one, it didn't have any like, which it's printing. It's actually okay if it's off center. Like this still looks cool. We're humans. We're not AI. We're not printers. Like he said, he was like, you just might as well print it if you want it perfect. Which this one came out perfect. But anyway, yeah, I really love it. And this one being my perfect one has the table numbers from her wedding thing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, that was like a whole process. I really enjoyed it though. I am going to take another class in the fall. So I have time to work on creations, to work on Procreate, to work with Photoshop, to even if I don't learn Photoshop, he was really good at like explaining and teaching the little bits that we needed to know for screen printing. I also want to get into Riso. I don't know how to say that. But Riso is like essentially it's an old fax printer or something like that, an old school like how you have in the schools type of printer, but it's printed with soy ink. And it's like you get like three colors. Essentially, it's like screen printing, and if a printer had a baby, that's kind of like what's going on there. Um, and yes, I want to explore that more, but I want to explore myself first. Like, what do I like? What do I want to create? What messages do I want to put out in the world type of thing? And I want to put it on shirts. I want to make little prints. I want to, who knows, make cards. I don't know what I'll do, but that got me really excited, and I obviously really enjoyed it. I did, like I said earlier, wanted to work with printing and ceramics, so I also will explore that. But anyway, nonetheless, going into my ceramics class, I enjoyed it. I really love Narware. Narware is the coolest place. Little Street is also great. I love Little Street. That's where I took my printing class, my ceramics class, and the earlier videos that I talk about. But it's just really, really far from me. I don't drive or anything. But Narware is freaking awesome. If you're a Southsider or in Pilsen area type of thing, Narware is great. Great community. Even though I'm really shy, but they still make me feel really safe there. It's awesome. So I took that class from May to June, and it was really cool. I was working with Liz. She's the owner of Narware. She's great, amazing, wonderful woman. She was really pregnant, and that was really cute and inspiring to somebody like me, I feel, because, I think I'm gonna be, I mean, I don't think I am, I'm already 32. I am gonna be someone who has children later on in life, if I do have children, and I think it was just really inspiring to be around the woman who has her little ones, like, later on, and I thought that was really cool. Plus, she's an artist and an owner of, like, a really dope spot, so I really love her, and she's a great teacher. She taught, like, in this class, I learned how to throw big. I made a jar, which was really cool, but Frenchie did teach that one, so I love Frenchie as well. But all of them there, all the teachers are amazing. Everyone's so great. It's such a great community. But yeah, I learned how to throw big. I learned to throw off the hump. I learned, which still working on these things. But the biggest I could have thrown before was like 1.5 pounds, and that's like reaching. But now I think I can do 3 pounds. I think so. I made a jar. I got better at trimming. Yeah, and then that class kind of just left me with like a glaze graveyard. But you know, I'm learning one thing at a time, man, because like she was teaching us these things. I'm still trying to like perfect my cylinders, my like throwing other things like plates and things like that. So I still have my little graveyard here. I gotta glaze. I have so much work to glaze. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to glaze. I also started experimenting very little. I bought an airbrush machine, and I started playing around with that. Oh, there's an eraser in here. Cool. So, like, it's still just coming along. Like, I just was like spraying. I didn't even know how to use it. So, it was like my first time. So, I just started coloring random colors and stuff like that, which I started with the blue. Who knows what will come out of it? Who knows what it will turn into? But I'm really excited. And then, yeah, other than that, of those two classes, I also want to show my jar. I'm just so proud of my jar. Like, to be honest, it was 3 pounds, I think. So it was 3 pounds. Look, oh my God, I made the like thing. This part goes in like really well. Oh my gosh. Even though it doesn't have a little thing to like, I think that would be easier to like pull it apart. Whatever, dude. It's so cool. I trimmed it. Oh, also when I was like recording to show my jar, like when it was wet, I like dropped it. But it's still beautiful. Beautiful, amazing. I love her. I love that jar. But yeah, otherwise, for other things that I did, so created Jazz's seating chart for her wedding using my Cricut. That was really cool. I didn't get any pictures from the wedding. It was so beautiful. It came out so beautiful. Her wedding was so amazing and just gorgeous. So yeah, I was so happy to create that for her using my Cricut. What else did I do? Oh, a lot of just like drawings from Procreate. Like I said, I was really, really trying, especially since I knew I had that screen printing class, just like trying to get more comfortable with Procreate, more comfortable with like drawing and learning how to draw things. So I made Yoshi like a little post for her birthday that I never even posted. I made her that. I also glazed her a little plate for her birthday. And that was all during the week that I tried to make that video of creating every day for a week video. So that was really good to go hand in hand. Like your pet's birthday and creating art every day for a week. Yes. Even though she does not give a damn. um, but it was fun. I did that. I'm trying to think. What else? Yeah, just a lot of Procreate, like little paintings and things like that. But that's it, I think. I am so excited creating. I'm hoping I can do all these things and like it's like I'm taking these classes. I'm trying to take care of myself. I have a boyfriend. I have a job that is super demanding. Please get me out the service industry. God, Lord, Jesus, get me out of the service industry, please. And that is essentially what I want. I would love to have an art shop. I was planning on opening it in August. We'll see. I gotta speak life into this. So yes, I am gonna get through it. I'm speaking life into my projects. Hopefully by like mid-August or so, maybe even September, you guys will see me open a shop and I'll post like that whole thing. But for now, even whatever, like, right? If I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't. It's all cool. But I'm really excited creating. I'm having fun creating. I'm pretty much creating every day and I love it. But yes, I am very grateful to be creating every day. I am very grateful that God has been leading me in this process. I feel like the more I create, the more I'm led to my creator for real. I feel like God really creates through me. So I'm really excited to see what I create in this month going into August. And yeah, follow along for more. Thank you guys. And I'm finally getting comfortable showing my art. So that's good. Hopefully, I'm planning to have more studio vlogs. And I do want to change my whole studio in general. Yeah. So follow along for more. Thank you all so much for supporting me. And yeah, love you. Bye.